I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. The greatest diversion Batman ever created was to make us believe he didn't have superpowers. From getting punched by characters much more powerful than him to taking on people with superhuman strength. It makes you think, does Batman have superhuman powers? That is for another video. Today we talk about Batman's history and origin. Some of the powers Batman actually has by using his suit as X-ray vision, ability to glide, genius intellect. He has performed amazing feats of strength, agility, reflexes, invisibility, predict opponents' moves, instill fear and terror, and a will to rival the Green Lantern. Batman has been Gotham's protector for decades, CEO of Wayne Enterprises, patriarch of the Bat family and veteran member of the Justice League. Batman is a superhero co-created by artist Bob Kane and writer Bill Finger and published by DC Comics. The character made his first appearance in Detective Comics number 27, May 1939. Batman is the secret identity of Bruce Wayne. Witnessing the murder of his parents as a child leads him to train himself to physical and intellectual perfection and don a Bat-themed costume in order to fight crime. Batman operates in Gotham City, assisted by various supporting characters including his sidekick Robin and his butler Alfred Pennyworth, and fights an assortment of villains influenced by the character's roots in film and pulp magazines. Unlike most superheroes, he does not possess any superpowers. He makes use, to the best that he can, of intellect, detective skills, science and technology, wealth, physical prowess, and intimidation in his war on crime. The late 1960s Batman television series utilized a light-hearted aesthetic associated with the character for years after the show ended. Various creators worked to return the character to his dark roots, culminating in the 1986 miniseries Batman: The Dark Knight Returns by writer-artist Frank Miller. That and the success of director Tim Burton's 1989 Batman motion picture helped reignite popular interest in the character. A cultural icon, Batman has been licensed and adapted into a variety of media, from radio to television and film, and appears on a variety of merchandise sold all over the world. The Batman goes by numerous nicknames, such as the Dark Knight, the Caped Crusader, World's Greatest Detective and the Defender of Gotham. The central fixed event in the Batman stories is the character's origin story. As a little boy, Bruce Wayne is shocked to see his parents, the physician Dr. Thomas Wayne and his wife Martha Wayne, being murdered by a mugger in front of his very eyes. This drives him to fight crime in Gotham City as Batman. In the Golden Age in Batman's first appearance in Detective Comics number 27, he is already operating as a crime fighter. Bruce Wayne is born to Dr. Thomas Wayne and his wife Martha, two very wealthy and charitable Gotham City socialites. Bruce is brought up in Wayne Manor and its wealthy splendor and leads a happy and privileged existence until the age of 8, when his parents are killed by a small-time criminal named Joe Chill on their way home from the movie theater. Bruce Wayne swears an oath to rid the city of the evil that had taken his parents' lives. He engages in intense intellectual and physical training. However, he realizes that these skills alone would not be enough. Criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot, Wayne remarks, so my disguise must be able to strike terror into their hearts. I must be a creature of the night, black, terrible. As if responding to his desires, a bat suddenly flies through the window, inspiring Bruce to assume the persona of Batman. In early strips, Batman's career as a vigilante initially earns him the ire of the police. During this period, Wayne has a fiancée named Julie Madison. Wayne takes in an orphan circus acrobat, Dick Grayson, who becomes his sidekick, Robin. Batman also becomes a founding member of the Justice Society of America, although he, like Superman, is an honorary member and thus only participates occasionally. Batman's relationship with the law thaws quickly, and he is made an honorary member of Gotham City's police department. During this time, butler Alfred arrives at Wayne Manor, and after deducing the dynamic duo's secret identities joins their service. The Silver Age. After the introduction of DC Comics multiverse in the 1960s, it is retroactively established that stories from the Golden Age star the Earth 2 Batman, a character from a parallel world. This version of Batman partners with and marries the reformed Earth 2 Catwoman, Selina Kyle. Batman fathers Helena Wayne, who, as the Huntress, along with the Earth 2 Robin, becomes Gotham's protector once Wayne retires from the position to become police commissioner. He occupies that position until he is killed during one final adventure as Batman. Batman meets and regularly works with other heroes during the Silver Age, most notably Superman, whom he began regularly working alongside in a series of team-ups in World's Finest Comics, starting in 1954 and continuing through the series' cancellation in 1986. Batman and Superman are usually depicted as close friends. Batman becomes a founding member of the Justice League of America. Modern Batman. After the 12-issue limited series Crisis on Infinite Earths, DC Comics rebooted the stories of some major characters in an attempt at updating them for contemporary audiences. Frank Miller retold Batman's origin in the storyline Year One from Batman number 404 to 407, which emphasizes a grittier tone in the character. For example, Gotham's police are mostly corrupt, setting up further need for Batman's existence. While Dick Grayson's past remains much the same, the history of Jason Todd, the second Robin, is altered from a background which was similar to Dick Grayson, turning the boy into the orphan son of a petty crook who tries to steal the tires from the Batmobile. To help fill in the revised backstory for Batman following Crisis, DC launched a new Batman title called Legends of the Dark Knight in 1989 and has published various miniseries and one-shot stories since then that largely take place during the Year One period. In 1988's Batman, a Death in the Family storyline from Batman number 426 to 429, Jason Todd, the second Robin, is killed by the Joker. The Joker is always there, as we know, the counterpart to Batman throughout the years from Death in the Family to Death of the Family, both classical arcs. Subsequently, Batman takes an even darker, often excessive approach to his crime fighting. Batman works solo until the decade's close, when Tim Drake becomes the new Robin. In 2005, writers resurrected the Jason Todd character and have pitted him against his former mentor. More recently, in Final Crisis number 6, Batman confronts Darkseid in the villain's bunker. He states that he will make an exception to his no firearms rule and shoots Darkseid using the bullet that killed Orion and hits Darkseid. As Darkseid dies, he fires the Omega Sanction, which traps its victim's soul in a series of alternate lives, each worse than the one before it, from his eyes, and hits Batman. For the most part, all of Bruce's family and friends believed that he was dead, but he was only trapped in the past and eventually returns to his life as the Batman. More recently, from 2011 to 2016, DC Comics made a lot of storyline changes. In the New 52, DC cancelled many of their famous titles to relaunch them with new comic series like Detective and Action Comics. In 2016, with Rebirth, they reinstituted the comic series back to the number system before the New 52. I know, very confusing, but then again, that is DC Comics. Well, that is all the time we have today. Thank you again for joining us for another great show. If you like what you saw, do not forget to like, share, subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications on future content. Thanks, and take care.